Hello, Northern Hero here. How are we doing? Today I got the new P.O.D album. It's absolutely fantastic. Murdered Love. This song in the background, this is from their first album, Snuff the Punk. I will be going through all of the albums in a bit. Well, I got this lithograph, which is like a mini poster, and obviously the t-shirt. P.O.D are probably one of my favourite bands overall, and it is really a fantastic album. Get it now. The first album in the background, obviously this is the remastered enhanced CD version, which I've had about 5 years now. In the background it's a song called Can You Feel It. This is actually one of my favourite albums by P.O.D. It's got a rough sound to it, more of a punk sound. The lyrics are hardcore Christian. I love the front cover on this, where an angel has got like a devil in like a sleep hold kind of thing, and he's ready to punch the devil. If you have a look at that, I just love that cover. It is a great album, lyrically, and in fact it took me a few listens to to get used to it. But after that, I really like it. Now we're moving on to their second album, Brown, which has got a fair few interludes, and including this one in the background, I think. What song is this? 15. Oh, this is just the outro. It is another splendid album from P.O.D. It's not my favourite album, 1996 this one. It wasn't the first album that I got, but I just wanted all the albums. And that car on front, it reminds me of a car that I used to have when I was a little boy. I used to have a car like that. There's some really good songs on this one. I think Preach, Visions, Know Me, Full Colour are my favourites. Seeking the Wise, I really like that one as well. It's still got a rough sound to it, similar to the Snuff the Punk album, but there's a bit more of a variety on this album. A bit more funk, a bit more reggae, and it is good. Obviously, the all good albums. Now we're moving on. I'm going to take these out, and I'm going to put the other two CDs in. P.O.D, they like to use this symbol here, which at first I thought it were a bit of a dodgy one, but I don't think it is actually. I'm just going to put them there for now. Let's move on to the next two albums. They're all going to be in order, these. I've still got the receipt for this one, crikey. The fundamental elements of Southtown, which cost me £12.97 from Asda. As you can see, I'm not lying. Well, they're very rare to get in Great Britain. But I would say the fundamental elements of Southtown is definitely their heaviest album. I didn't buy it at first. It took me about a year to get it because I thought the front cover were a bit dodgy. This is it in the background. This is a song called Follow Me. There's a few interludes on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 all together. as you can see, it's a very strange album cover. But someone mentioned it, you know, and told me a bit about it. Because I thought that sign, you know, was the devil's sign, but apparently with the thumb out, it's not. It means peace with the thumb out. And there's a dove putting a symbol into this statue's head. But it's definitely their heaviest album. It's not my favourite album, but the best songs on this album: Hollywood, Southtown, Rock the Potty Off the Hook, Set Your Eyes to Zion, and the cover of U2's Bullet in the Blue Sky is absolutely amazing. I might put that on now actually. Bullet in the Blue Sky. What number is it? 10. This is another interlude. On this album, as you can tell with the music, the experimenting in different new types of music, such as hip-hop. But overall, it is, I would say, it is a pure metal album. Lie Down. Now the next album that I'm going to put on, I'm not going to bother putting on Bullet in the Blue Sky, but I would absolutely recommend that song. It is fantastic, better than U2's original actually. Let's move on to the next album. Which is
dedicated to all
this live album. I only got this a few years ago. It's a 2001 release, but it's a very rough sound again. But as you can tell with Sonny, who was the main singer, you know, he was just preaching a bit there. These guys are on fire for God. What's this song in the background? Number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Breathe, Babylon. Which is from the Brown album. Yeah, and it is good. I mean, I think you've got to be a P.O.D fan to like this live album, because some people might not like it, and we're being quite preachy as well. Atheists might not like it, but really it is fantastic. Right, let's try the next 2 CDs then. The next 2 albums that I'm going to put on, well, you'll find out in a bit actually, is their award-winning Satellite album, which a lot of reviewers say it's the best album, but I don't think so. It's the most popular album by P.O.D. You know, I'm sick to death of reading reviews on that, and they're always talking about Satellite being their best album. It's good, there's no doubt about it, but it's not my favourite album. This song's called The Messenger in the background. The biggest hit in the UK, I think it was Alive, which got to about number 13 in the charts. I might be a bit wrong obviously, something like that. And then Youth of the Nation got to about number 18 in the UK charts, and that's about it. It's a very, I would say, a very heavy album in parts. This song is a classic though in the background. It's definitely one of my all-time favourite tracks, The Messenger. I really like Masterpiece, Conspiracy, Satellite, Youth of the Nation. Portrait's a good song. They're all good in their own way. I actually bought the CD single version to Alive, and I actually quite like the different version to Alive, what they did. You know, it's a bit lighter and not as heavy. I mean, Alive, it's still one of the all-time classic songs by P.O.D, but I think I were a bit sick to death of hearing it, because, you know, Christian radio stations were just playing Alive all the time and not thinking about the other fantastic tracks that this band has done, you know. But it is the best-selling album, Satellite. I would recommend it. Again, like the fundamental elements of Southtown, it's got its heavy-duty touch. So let's move on to the next one. This one, I would say, is perhaps my favourite album by P.O.D, and it's the self-titled one, Payable on Death. I really like this album. It's a bit softer to the previous releases. The songs seem to be really good, more melodic. This song's called Waiting on Today. But one of the things that I don't like about this album is the dark imagery in the booklet. It's very dark indeed. I don't know why P.O.D went, you know, to this dark imagery business. You know, there's one eye symbol there. I can't grasp it, but obviously it's not really them. Someone will have done the artwork, they'll have said yes to it. I've still got the receipt for this, believe it or not, from the Christian Bookshop. £14.99 I paid for this, because I couldn't find it in HMV or anywhere else, and obviously I didn't have the internet then. So yeah, it's a £15 album, but it's definitely my favourite album, I think, overall anyway. Let's try another album. This album here, Testify, is their 2006 release. To be honest, I think it's one of my least favourite albums. It's still good, and I think I still prefer it than the fundamental elements of Southtown. I don't know though. It's alright. Don't get me wrong, they're all good in their own way, these albums. It's just my personal point of view. This song in the background is called Say Hello. There's some really good songs on this. Lights Out, track 2, was the main theme song to a WWE pay-per-view, Survivor Series, I think it was Survivor Series 2006. I'm sure it was.